So today we're going to talk about a really cool new little tool for Twitter called whoretweetedme.com. And I'm going to show you really quickly how to use this really interesting little tool. All you need to do is go to whoretweetedme.com. And incidentally, this tool was developed by Dan Zarella at HubSpot. And Dan is a social media scientist. He looks at reams and reams and reams of Twitter data and actually puts some analytics behind the anecdotal things that we think about Twitter, and really presents his information in a very educational way, very easy way to understand, and I highly recommend you following him on Twitter. He always has good stuff. Anyway, he's the brains behind this tool, and this is going to show you a little bit of metrics behind particular blog posts or tweets that you've sent out, so you can see exactly how much reach a particular website URL has. So when you go to whoretweetedme.com, all you have to do is type in your URL in the URL box. And because of how Twitter works with its API, you should only do blog post URLs that are between 1 day and 2 weeks old. If you try to call something that's too far back, Twitter has a really hard time with that. So again, this is a tool to be used for fairly new posts. So I've put in the URL for one of my recent blog posts called Why Bloggers Need a New Currency. And it was a pretty well-trafficked post about blog commenting. And I wanted to see exactly how many people potentially this post reached on Twitter. So you type in the URL or copy and paste it from your blog, and then click Analyze this URL. And if you scroll down, it's going to show you exactly how much reach this post had. And what this shows me is quick stats. My number of retweets was 38, which is really, really good. The average number of followers that my retweeter had is 1,100, and the potential reach is 48,774 people. And the retweet timeline here will show you exactly when my retweets peaked. I always publish my posts at 8 p.m. in the evening, and so you'll see a little spike here as my post went live, and I got several retweets right as it went live. And then right between about 8 and 10, I also got another peak. I always retweet my blog posts out usually between 8 and 10 in the morning, and so this is when I typically get a lot of Twitter traffic. And so again, this is in keeping with what I normally see happening on Twitter on a day-to-day basis for my blog. So really interesting. I also had another little tiny spike here at 7 in the morning, the second day my post ran. Then the tool, as you scroll down, will give you your 20 most influential retweeters. And not only does it show you who the tweeter was, it gives you the tweet, it shows you how many followers they have, and it allows you to thank them via a tweet back, which I think is really cool. So my most influential retweeter on my blogging currency post was Theta Mom, and she's always really good about retweeting my posts. And I can read her tweet and see that, you know, she has 6,762 followers. Yay, thank you, Theta Mom. I'm also really shocked to see that San Diego Mama, who is a fairly new friend of mine, who I connected with at BlogHer, was my second highest, most influential retweeter. So I'm going to be sure to thank her for that. And then as you scroll down, you can see some other people that have retweeted this post out. A lot of these people are people that typically will retweet my posts, but Modern Mama, I don't know that I've interacted with her a whole ton on Twitter. I want to make sure and send her a thank you. Most of these other people are readers of my blog that I interact with. So nothing too surprising here, but it's really interesting data to see kind of who's been interacting with your post, who's been showing it off, and who you might want to thank back for giving your post a wider reach than it might otherwise have had. So, very cool little tool. If you want to, you can take this tool and add it as a bookmarklet in your browser by using this little link right here. It says Analyze in Who Retweeted Me. And check it out. I think you'll be surprised at how much or how little certain posts get in terms of retweets. It kind of confirms some of the anecdotal evidence you might see on a post. You think it gets a ton of retweets, and then you look at it and you go, oh, it had way more or way less tweets than I thought this did. So check it out, whoretweetedme.com. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.